Hello, I'm doing a little bit of an impromptu recording today. You can see I'm back with Winnie. She's back on form after being spayed and very excited to be here. Thank you to all of you who have been tuning in to me doing my lives. Now I'm going to be looking at the weekly psychic tarot for next week, the 27th of April, through to the 3rd of May. Can you believe we're in May? And good news today, as it looks like I might actually be able to go for a walk on May the 2nd. Yay! I'm so excited. Being able to walk further than 50 metres out of my house. I'm a little frightened, just a bit frightened. Hi Valerie, hi Sue. So I'm going to go through all the sun signs now. I'm going to start with Aries and finish off with Pisces. If you miss one of them, then do check back and look at the recording. I will be timestamping them when I upload it to YouTube afterwards, and you can always watch back. So, exciting times, guys, exciting times. So, Aries, okay, the first thing I've got is massive change. Oh, what a shame. Actually, this is a good thing, really, because it might be a bit boring at the moment for you. But I feel like there's been preparation for something. Maybe because we, up until now, just recently, we have been in the Aries sign, so you may have been celebrating a birthday but not been able to, and so maybe putting together a plan for a bigger birthday. If anyone's celebrating the 40s, 50s or 30s or 21s or something like that, maybe you've used this time to celebrate, because I feel like there's planning going on this week. Okay, planning of get-togethers in the future, or that you have been, you know, had a plan for a long time and you've been putting these, putting all the information, all the preparations together for a long time, and then suddenly next week you realise there's a massive change, something is changing. Now the Tower, some people are a little bit afraid of this. Please don't be. It's a really good thing. It is change, but it's also release. It's something that needs to change. Maybe you've been too structured with your plans. Maybe you've been too focused on something that actually has no definite at the moment. You know, there's no certainty. Excuse me, I'm not sure if I'm using my words very well. This is, I feel this is about, something's going to arise, something's going to change within the plan. So it could be that there's an argument. Maybe you start locking heads. Maybe, you know, the times do have to change. It doesn't suit everybody. But I do feel that it's particularly for somebody close to you. Okay, it's going to be dealing with somebody. This is about being honest. You're going to have to open up more this week. I feel like just be honest, really. I feel if something isn't working for you or you need to change something, be open about it, talk about it, communicate more, okay? You know, it could be that people have been planning behind your back. You know, maybe it's a wedding and you said, oh yeah, well, I can't really do much, so you get on with it. Or, you know, you plan my surprise party in 2 years' time because, you know, we don't know when it's going to happen. And then something I just feel like there's something that is going to change, something that was set in stone isn't going to be this week. And it could be just a massive outburst for somebody. Maybe, you know, you've been planning a wedding and you suddenly realise you don't want to get married. Simple as that you've been locked down with this person and then realise it's not going to work anymore because you've actually been given an opportunity to get to know them a bit better. Okay, so expect change this week. Expect something to change in your life, that things that you may have been organising for the last 3 years or the last 10 months, or maybe, well, it would be, I feel this is something probably up to about 6 months or something you've been looking forward to. And I just get the sense that whatever is the change, it's for the best, because it will open up more communication. It's pushing you to do so. And if you decide at the end of the day you've been going along with this just to keep someone happy and then you're not going to be together anymore, then that's probably a good thing. Hi Ruth. Because at the end of the day, if, you know, marriage, if you've been planning a wedding, is long term, isn't it? And if you realise through this lockdown that it's not for you, then hey ho. So I'm just getting a little bit of unpredictability going on this week for you, Aries. And I think Wednesday, something is going to build up and build up and build up. I am getting phone calls coming in, sudden phone calls. And again, this sense of probably having to get it all out in the open, or really, really be honest, being pushed to sort of, you know, you could be just pushed into a corner and saying, well, what's the matter with you? You're just like getting really stroppy, and then suddenly you're just like, well, actually, I don't really want to do this anymore. You know, this isn't working for me. So expect changes, or somebody not to be going along with the plan, okay? I feel like you need to be looking closer at people near you as well, especially males, because I feel like they are... there could be somebody around you who is not dealing with these things very well, and you may be just taking them on face value and saying, yeah, I'm fine, and then you're just so involved in your own thing, you're not really noticing, but there's more to it. Maybe again, they're not happy with the situation, and they don't want to go along with these plans that everyone's been making, and they want to do something different. But at least there will be honesty, and I just feel like the outer layers are coming off this week for Aries, okay? Definitely. I feel like it's going to be more reality, more honest way forwards. So let's look at Taurus. Happy birthday to anybody's birthday it is today, and anyone coming up. I know quite a few Taurians, so hello to all of you out there. And what we've got, right, I feel relationships are going to be important this week, definitely. I'm seeing some people, you know, having these really heartfelt conversations. Again, if it's your birthday this week and you're on your own, and you're used to having your family around, or you had something big planned, you know, it might be a little bit bittersweet. But I do see lots of lovely sentiments coming over the internet, and so I can see somebody making a cake for someone and showing them and going, we made this for you, and then everyone eating it, and actually it's sort of quite nice. Because you probably wouldn't have eaten it anyway if you'd been there, because you don't like cake, you know, but it's just the thought that's counted. And somebody, I'm getting like young children saying little poems and songs and that kind of thing, and doing a funny dance. So if that is you, then, you know, happy birthday. And, you know, it is what it is. This lockdown is actually bringing a lot of people together, which is a good thing as well. You know, it's opening up the heart and showing people, you know, seeing what we mean to each other really as well, good or bad. Now, I just feel that the value is coming back. Something you put in as well. So there's this sense that you've invested in the past. You created this security, and actually you're in a better place than many, even if you are on your own. Like I said, if it is your birthday and you find that people are sending you lovely, you know, cakes and that over the internet and doing all these things, that, you know, this is something that you've worked towards, and it's all sort of been worth it, although it's sort of sad. That's what I'm saying, it's a bit bittersweet. Don't, you know, just watch getting into your own head, okay? There is help around you, and I feel that there's a realization of maybe how you have cut yourself off in your head sometimes, or maybe you haven't appreciated people, or the value of people, and you know, there is support there. And I think that this is going to be a bit of a wake-up call this week of maybe how much you're loved or valued and treasured, and how much you've created yourself in your life, and what security really is to you. You know, it's not just about I can't talk. I'm kind of up again. It's been a long day. You know, it's not just all about money and working and everything. That, you know, it's the value of the people you've got in your life. So it's a very sort of bittersweet, sort of heartfelt week for you, Taurus. And I just feel you having lots of choices. You know, this little heart here is going, do I go with this one or do I go with that one? Now, for some of you who are just dating, maybe you're dating on the internet because that's the easiest thing right now, maybe thinking, oh my God, I was going out with this one was great, but now someone else has turned up. So again, I get the sense there's a lot of love coming to you this week, Taurus, in many ways, and you're probably realising your own value, and actually how precious you are to yourself and to other people, which is great. Love it. Hi everybody who's watching and tuning in right now. Right, I'm going to move on to Gemini now. For anybody who's watching, if you've missed anything, you can just watch the upload on YouTube later, or it will be posted on Facebook, but there will be time slots on YouTube, okay? I'll probably get it up there tomorrow morning. Depends what I feel like. Right, what we got here? I think Winnie's gone to sleep now. Yeah, she's tired. She's been very noisy today. Right, Gemini. Right, there's definitely something new coming in next week. I feel like there's a new path opening for you. This is what I call the calling card, a new direction coming in. and there's a big declaration, you know, in yourself. It's like, I know what I need to do. You may suddenly have some really big inspiration, but it feels like it's coming from a sense of loss or something not working out. So if you've suffered any pain, it could be that you're putting that into something creative that you're doing, or you turn it around and make it something really useful in your life. Hi, Jean, how are you? And the great thing is we've got the World card as well, which is showing that it's sort of limitless, it's really expansive, that it's all yours, and you're sort of playing your own tune. And I just think this is going to be a very, very positive week for you, Geminis. So listen to that calling, listen to your soul, and even if things have been a bit sad, or other people are sad around you, or you feel like, yeah, it's been a bit of a loss, but you know, tomorrow's a new day. And again, keep getting Wednesday next week. It feels like a real, because it's the middle of the week, it feels like a central point for everybody. And I do get the sense that something is going to change, or there's going to be a big shift where people are going to feel a lot more uplifted anyway in general. And this is, you know, showing that you're going to be in a very expansive energy coming in. And it's like I said, you're putting your any sadness or upset into doing something new, maybe following a new path, maybe there's a new job coming in. I'm seeing letters dropping on the mat, you know, that have maybe been lost or have been in transit for a long time. Weirdly, I'm getting China, but you might not want it from China right now, but there is that sense that it's, you know, something you've ordered and you completely forgotten about, because if you order something from China, normally it does take about a month and a half to get there, so generally you've forgotten about it by the time it arrives. Just watch other people draining you, okay? This is the heart vampire, and this is showing that somebody might be being your friend because you're being so expansive right now. You know, you're worldly wise, a great time, and then someone comes in and says, hey, I have some of that energy, I really like you, you're really wonderful, I'm just going to really flatter you until you just give me everything you've got. And when you're feeling great and you want a high vibration, you want to share it, you know, and this is like that sharing, caring, loving card. But you've got to be watching, because there's some people that will latch on and they'll stay on your back, and then they just add to burden, so then you're back to square one. And then you might feel a bit upset again. Okay, so let's not go there, so we Geminis. Right, so moving on to Cancer. Right, bit of juggling going on. I feel like there could be a few bills coming in this week. Boo-hoo! We don't want bills. We don't like. It's funny, isn't it? Through all of this, the bills always get through. It doesn't matter what you're doing, right? The world could be the biggest crisis ever. The bills still get there on time, don't they? They manage to squeeze their way through the letterbox underneath the door, and you wake up and they just go, morning, how about paying this one? You can't get away from it. But you know, and I feel like you could be like, you've had a plan that you were going to do something, and then you go, I'm juggling to, you know, what do I do with this? But it could be you're juggling ideas as well. You could be juggling attention, you know, what do I do next? It could be things that you'd like to get into, and you've got all these ideas running around. Often when you've got all this time, then you're not able to actually come up or focus on what you actually want, and you get this, what I call creative Alzheimer's. That's what I have generally. I start something and then I go, oh, and on the computer I've got this little tab coming up here and another tab coming. I go, oh, I'll just write a little song there. Oh, and I'll just write an email while I'm thinking about it. And I'm just like this octopus that just goes all around. I have to like bring myself in and actually listen to subliminals that are for focus, because my brain just goes doing. So you could be doing that this week, Cancer, okay? Now, let's look at this card. What have I got? Sorry, I'm all over the shop here. Okay, watch. I get this is more to do with exhaustion as well, okay? I feel like you've been working quite hard, and you're still, you know, if you are sort of thinking, do I do this, do I do that, and you can't focus properly, because this is more what it feels like. It could be that you've got, like I say, loads of bills coming at once, or lots of things happen at once and you're not sure. I just feel it's because you're mentally tired, or you've been working really hard, or you've been fighting something, maybe you've been ill, you know, literally, and you've been pushing the walls away from your door for so long. But if you do end up with something landing slap bang in your lap, take it as a sign that you can deal with it, okay? That's what I feel Spirit is saying, that this is a challenge you can overcome. And if something is being presented to you, they're saying, you've got it in you to deal with it. You've got the power to overcome this, right? If the money's in the bank, use it, because there's more coming, all right? Now, this is the great thing. This card, which I've just thrown all over now. I feel like one like the Muppets. I go, the High Priestess in the after position where she's all knowledgeable. And this to me is showing that you have got the knowledge and you do know what you're doing, so you don't have to doubt yourself. So this juggling, could you be doubting? You know, it could be too many people getting in the way, too many things going on, the worry, the fear, you know, that's a lot of us are dealing with right now. And there's, you know, but what you're being told is that you need to rise above this. You need to connect with spirit this week in order to find the answers. I feel like do what is necessary, prioritise on what is necessary, what you really have to do, and let go of the worry of the things that haven't happened yet. You don't need to put something aside or say, well, I'll pay that next week. Like I say, I feel like if you've got it, deal with it, all right? Quite strong, isn't it? Because I feel that you have got the power of manifestation this week. You have got a, you know, you will feel quite connected. You may feel a bit floaty this week, a bit sort of like, whoa, you know. Make sure that you're grounded. I'm being told someone needs to eat a lot of vegetables, but more root vegetables. I'm getting mushrooms and potatoes particularly, and swede. I don't know if you can get swede now, can you? Is there swede in the shops? I don't know. I mean, it's probably hard to get anything at the moment, but ground yourself, you know, and you may need something to, you know, if you're feeling your blood pressure's a little bit all over the place, because again, that could be that juggling, your heart going, like this, what do I do in excitement. Okay, so I think that this is partly to do with exhaustion, partly from, you know, working too hard at things, maybe trying too hard, struggling too hard to do things, when really all you need to do is connect with your higher power. Okay, so this is a spiritual learning week for you. And this is great because this is showing awakening heart. Now, this could be that something starts up again, a relationship that you haven't had. Maybe feelings come back that have been closed off. Maybe someone calls on, well, maybe not knocks on the door. Well, they could knock on the door and leave you a nice fresh pie. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Or a bag of money to help with your juggling bills. But I do feel that something is awakening, and it could be that you're awakening. Your soul is awakening again, that you're coming back to life after all this time, and you feel like you're stepping into yourself, which is what we're all learning to do right now. So take it higher, you know, rise above it. Don't allow your thoughts to become this mass of noise, of worry. Just get yourself grounded, settle yourself, and then make a list of the priorities that have to be done and the things you can do and you can clear, because then you won't be worrying about them. And then do something, maybe meditate for a little while, or do something that's a bit, you know, connected on this higher level. Now, we're going to move on to Leo. I'm saying that and my heart's starting to go. Had a bit of this. It's to do with the higher frequencies around as well. I've done loads of clearing as well. It's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going, I'm going to explode out of my heart. It's exciting. So exciting. I'm doing a lot of work on self-forgiveness. A lot. The dreams I'm having about people. Oh my God. It's well worth it just to reconnect with people and go, oh my God, I haven't thought about that person for ages. Okay, so Leo, what we got here? Okay, things are definitely moving forwards for you, and things are definitely turning around. I get the sense that this is really nice. There's this sense of real love and fulfillment coming in this week. A sense of people drawing together, support around you, people coming in from the past that, you know, used to be, maybe family members getting in touch again. And if you're feeling a little bit off keel or a bit lost, you know, there's all this sense of, you know, like this, you know, running through the rain. It's all right, we'll get back and we'll have a nice hot scone and a bit of jam. Oh God, cream tea, you just love that. They don't do clotted cream here. You know, and it's like, it doesn't matter, we'll bring our clothes out and we'll all sit together in front of the fire, and we'll, there's just a lovely feeling of, I feel like togetherness coming back, or something that was lost, okay? Something that was there before is starting to come back, and you're progressing forwards, okay? This is showing you've got support around you, you've got help, you're being guided. You may not be able to see the finished post, but it's not raining anymore, you know? You're not going for a storm anymore, you're floating to your destination. And the last card for you is the Wheel of Fortune, which is showing that things have turned around. You may not be able to see it, but things are so much better for you. And I just get a sense something could be found. I'm getting people looking in old boxes of pictures, memorabilia and that type of thing, maybe because they want to do something creative, maybe make some sort of album for someone as a present. Because the thing is, if we can't go out shopping and it's someone's birthday, what do you do? And I was just, that occurred to me actually last night. I mean, it was my sister's birthday and I sent her a reading. We normally send each other some money anyway, but, you know, I'm thinking, you know, close to home, like where we are now, if it's my husband's birthday, it'll be coming up, what we're going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do because there's nothing really open, you know, there isn't anything, we haven't got a car, we haven't got anything, so it just hit me, and I just think that people could be stepping outside the box a little bit now for presents, like, you know, making something more heartfelt, like a scrapbook or, you know, a homemade card, or just, you know, something with a lighter energy, just because you're more happy to be together than to receive a gift. It's the gift that you're safe, okay? Now, Leos, this is showing that you are understanding the ingredients of love and relationships. And this is, you know, this sort of backs up this card really. It's that you're realizing what it takes, what's important again. And I think a lot of people are realizing this anyway. But there could be somebody that you've been looking at for a long time, or you wanted to get together with, and, you know, it hasn't really worked out. And then the next, you know, and then in the past, nothing's worked out. And you feel like, oh God, every time I look for love and, you know, I meet someone, it always works out the same thing. And then you realise what's missing. And that's what I'm getting this week. It's like you're understanding what are the ingredients of a good relationship. Maybe you've been chasing after people that have other partners, married, or maybe they're just insecure and commitment phones, and you've realised that the ingredients are that you have to be more committed, or you're drawing in somebody with less value because you're not valuing yourself higher and you're doing all the chasing, that type of thing. But it feels like things are going to start evening out this week for you, and you're going to start understanding what is necessary for you to have that lovely setup. And again, it could be that you're getting nostalgic from the past. Hi Michaela, hi Tracy. You know, from people, you know, memories of how when you were a family together and you had a wonderful time, and it was the simple things, and now you're understanding that actually maybe you put too much effort into something that just was too fake, you know, superficial, and now you're just thinking, no, I want something wholesome and simple and just love, you know, that just love, which is what we all want, isn't it? So Virgo, hi Virgos out there. Right, let me just look at these, sorry. My heart's still going. Okay. Right, okay, this is good. Something's turning around this week for you as well. This sense of, I'm getting a sense of power. Right. And worth again. Now, I've got the King of Pentacles in the past, and this is somebody who is just about, I feel, is just about to be crowned. He's understood what makes him the king. And I just get the sense that that energy, there's a past life link with you this week, that you're going to connect to that side of yourself, and have to take charge, because some things will be very stagnant, or you will be forced to look at things from a different angle. Now, it could be that you have been suffering a loss, and I feel financially, particularly because we've got the coins here, and, you know, this is to do with security and well-being, and I just get a sense that, you know, this is the after card for the 5 of coins, and she's not sitting there thinking, oh, look, they've got so much better in there, I'm just going to sit here and just feel sorry for myself in the snow and freeze to death. I'm going to get up and walk, and I'm going to keep warm. Even though I've got a great big bag on my back, you know, I've got what I've got. I'm okay, mate. I don't need anybody else. I'm good enough to go, you know. And I get the sense it's like that powerful, the king, that royalty, you know, in your head. It's like you're thinking, right, if I want to lead, I need to lead by example. I need to look at what's rich in my life. The reason that things haven't been moving is because I've been looking at it from a different angle. I haven't been looking from the right perspective. Maybe you've been worried about a job loss. Maybe you're worried about paying a bill and fixing the roof, or, you know, how am I going to, you know, afford to have another kid, or, you know, or afford the school fees for the next 6 years, you know. And it's like, why am I even going there when actually I should be concerned about whether we're going to eat, or, you know, we're actually going to have some time together over the next 3 weeks, or whether we're going to catch a virus, or whatever, you know, is our health going to be okay? It's like I feel if anything stops this week for you, or you're stopped in your tracks and you start feeling a bit like nothing's happening, and you feel like every door you push open, that's your wake-up call. It's because you're looking at abundance in the wrong way. You're looking at loss and lack rather than what you can gain, okay? So you're being pushed to be the king of your empire and to lead by example. And the great thing is you've got the full heart. So this to me shows fulfillment. This is about feeling love with the people around you, people loving you back, that sense of gratitude. So that is a massive turnaround for you this week, Virgo. I think that you can make something out of nothing this week. I think you're really going to understand the wealth in your life and what money is all about and what good lifestyle and quality is all about. And it'll be coming because there's love coming to you. You're starting to love yourself, and you're starting to realize that maybe you've been focusing on the wrong things for too long, and it's time now to turn things around. But I feel it's all in your hands. You're the king. You've got to like pick it up and go, woo, you know, I'm going to go and do this. I'm going to lead, man. I'm going to lead by example. Okay, that's good. Okay, right. Libra. Hands up if you're a Libra, if you're watching today. Oh, this is good. Oh, if you're looking for a new job, there might be an opportunity coming. Oh, this is good. I feel I'm just going to start with this one because this is like a real loving relationship, a sense of love between two people. And I think even if there's a work situation going on, it could be that you fall in love with somebody at work. Hi, Marilyn. You know, there just feels like you've got a good connection around you that's supportive enough. So it could be somebody, like I said, you work with, somebody you know. It could be your partner at home. But there's definitely this sense of, I'm just getting a lot of giggling going on, and this just like really fun thing. You know, you might be like chasing around the table, chasing each other in towels or whatever. Maybe you can have a date night. But that's really cool. But there seems to be something to celebrate as well. That's what I'm picking up with Libras. And this is showing new opportunity, doors opening for you, a feeling that there's possibilities happening. So this is very, very positive. And you've started this path a long time ago. Okay, you've done this yourself. I feel like something is about to manifest this week that you've been working towards. It could be that you just get the go ahead for something. Maybe a contract is signed. Maybe, you know, the job comes in, you get a phone. I am seeing phone calls from people, and males particularly ringing up, maybe females or males, doesn't matter, and saying, you know, we'd like you to start as soon as you can, but we're going to do this a different way. You know, maybe you can work from home, but we'd like to offer you the post anyway. Okay, so I don't know why I'm getting April then, but it is April now, so maybe it was something back in April that you started last year that you started going for. But I feel like you've been down this path. You started on this path a long time ago. You've been building up to something, and now the door is opening. And this is great because it's showing that you have come home. I feel this is the Ascension card, but this is showing you've already ascended. You've already turned a corner. You've already created the best out of your life. You're making new directions for yourself. It's really, really exciting. I love this card. I feel like you're already above the clouds. You're already on your way, guys, next week. And there's this love that you've got that, you know, shared with somebody, or, you know, it could be, again, it could be a work partner. It doesn't matter where the love is coming from. It doesn't have to be, you know, your passionate love. This feels like you're connected with yourself. You know, you've got this, you're in a great place and you're understanding the signs. You've been following the signs a long time, and now the door is finally opening for you. So, you know, if you're looking for that break, it could just be even, you know, if you're not working or this doesn't resonate with you, that you just feel like suddenly everything's okay, that you finally, somebody's finally understood you, and you've been working on a relationship so long, and then suddenly you're getting together, or it's the meeting of minds. It's just this sense that this path is finally giving you something, that you know, the goal is being reached, and you finally turned a corner, and now you can take off. So this could be your career taking off. It could be a love relationship taking off. It could just be an idea that you've been working towards that is taking off. And, you know, it just feels really, really fabulous. And I wish, oh no, I don't wish I was Libra. Well, actually, my Libra moon, so it could affect me. Doodly-doo. I've been working for stuff a long time. But now let's move on to Scorpio, which is what I am. So any Scorpios out there, welcome. I love this card. That's what I'm going to say. Love this card. Sudden excitement coming out of the blue. Could be love. on your doorstep. And I'm loving this because the heart magic is showing you've got it in your hands, baby. You've got the skills and you are manifesting what you want and you are creating what you want. Now, we've got here the King of Wands. This could be somebody entering your life this week. Could be a fire sign. I feel this is also a sign that you've got everything where you need it. That you've, I don't know, I'm getting this sense that everything's in place. You know, you are ready to put the plan across. So this could be an energy in you. You know, you're just in a very, I'm just getting managerial, you know, like you've been planning for a long time and now you're ready to just manage things in the right way. You've really got a project where it needs to be. But I feel that it's somebody coming in out of the blue. Could be a love partner, but seeing the wand here, I feel like it could be a love, a work thing as well. And specifically, I can't speak. Come on, Winnie, wake up. We need you to help. You're gonna help. No, let she go sleep now. She was an absolute nightmare this morning. Honestly, look, butter wouldn't melt. Butter wouldn't melt. Little face going, what do you mean? Okay, so this card is showing, you know, dreams expanding or the start of something, looking to the future. Maybe a partnership that had started off is now going to take off. Something that you saw in the future, something that you aspired in the future. This could be a working partnership. But I feel like, again, this is showing you've got it, it's in your hands. It feels like you've created this, you've created the magic. So it could be a love situation, it could be a work situation. I do feel, because this is quite a love coming in at any aspect. It could be that you started a partnership with someone, or you started and then suddenly you just fall in love and you know, it's just suddenly taken off as well. But it feels very, very lucky this week. It feels like there's something concrete on the table. I will let you know if it happens to me, because I do these and then I don't check. Typical, isn't it? But it feels like something is being put on the table, something solid, something good. And this just feels business to me. This guy is all business. He's got it done. He's sorted, you know. He knows his stuff. He's a professional. He's been around a bit, you know. Probably a bit older, but he's also very organised, but he's got a lot of ideas, but they're solid, you know. That's what it feels like, they're solid. So if it's someone new coming into your life, I feel like he's going to be very grounded. He could be, he knows what he wants, he's got motivation to make things work, and he's got a plan in order. That's what I'm getting. It's like manager, it's managing well. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. Cool. Okay, Sagittarius. Okay, don't squash yourself into that box. Okay, the box is too small. You need to open up the box a little bit. Okay, this is about opening up your limitations. I feel like you've got to open up your network a bit. All right. Now, this could be to do with work as well, that you're dealing with something, or, you know, maybe an idea or project, and you've been doing it all your own and everything's getting a bit overwhelming. And I feel like this is about working with other people. It could be somebody that is actually holding you back as well, who's suffocating you. But I just think that teamwork is really, really important right now. And, you know, maybe it is about bringing in the right team. Don't limit yourself or working in the right job. You know, maybe you're in an environment where people just aren't, it's just not happening. You thought it was going to, because it shows a lot of growth. But the thing is, with growth, sometimes it takes you so far and then it takes you down a different path. So you have to stop and rethink things. Okay, so it was okay for a while because that's what was important. And it did produce a lot of results. So you did feel great. But now it's just too much. Maybe it's just too much of a workload going on. That maybe you've got too much happening and you're unable to do it all yourself. I really am getting that sense that you've got to reach out a little bit more, be limitless, bring some more people in, trust a little bit. I think it's going to work. I think that whatever you're doing, whatever you've started doing, is still on the up. It's just that you're taking on, you're trying to deal with everything yourself. You know, it feels very expansive what's happening to you right now. And so it's time to bring in maybe people to help. Maybe you've got to be the boss now and you bring in some employees, or maybe you bring in a partner. But I get the sense you can finish off something. If you've been worried about, maybe you're studying and you're just feeling like it's all too much because you're studying, you're doing something and you're trying to go to work and you're looking after the kids because you're on lockdown, it's all too much. Ask for some help, bring in somebody. I think even if you've got to pay for somebody to do something, it's going to pay off in the end, okay? Because it's going to give you more time and take off all the stress. And this is showing heart celebration, something really exciting. I think that you're so close to what you want to achieve right now, or something in your life you want to achieve. And I think all you've got to do is open up the box a little bit and breathe and stop being so blinkered. It's got to be one way. There is another way, okay? So if maybe you think, oh, I haven't got the money to finish something off, maybe you've just got to get, have a lend for a little while, or someone can help you out. I get the sense there's a support there, and you can still get to the end result, and there is celebration here. And I think with relationships, you might be celebrating an anniversary as well, and maybe it's the fact you're in lockdown, you're feeling really restricted and you can't be with them. I still feel you can celebrate in another way, okay? So don't lose heart and don't get yourself in a big pickle, okay? You don't have to get yourself in a big pickle. Right, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Okay, rewards this week for all the work you put in. Gosh, excellent. I feel you could have started down a new path or had a new job or a new offer, and maybe it hasn't been as easy as you thought it was, but I feel the rewards are coming this week for you, and there is definitely, again, reason to celebrate. I think there's going to be lots of giggles and lots of light-hearted energy this week, and there might be a chance for you to do something with the rewards. Maybe you're going to be celebrating a new job or something you've been going for, or again, it feels like a week where things are going to start taking off. It's really exciting, isn't it? I feel so excited for everybody. But this feels like, something is beginning, or you're excited because it's, something you've been working for, you've been wanting a new start, and suddenly, and all that paperwork you've been doing and all that studying, suddenly, it's coming to you and you've got something to celebrate. But I feel like there's more money as well, there's something you can play with a little bit. You might get some paperwork in that you've been waiting for, or maybe you've been going for a divorce and finally you get you get a payout. Someone's writing you a check, because it feels like money as well. It's an extra money to burn. But I also get the sense it just feels like more. It's a rewards coming for all your work. Something, a good idea could pay off. Something that you started a while back, or a really inspiring idea, new path you took. Suddenly now it's, you're getting the bonus. It's all coming back. So again, a great week for you. Just watch jealousy. Somebody could be really jealous of you this week, and they might be a little bit off, or your partner might not be very happy about it. But don't get involved in that. Let them be that. If they want to be miserable, let them be miserable. It's their life, isn't it? You don't have to buy into that. Be happy about what you've got. You need to be great, be pleased. Don't feel that you don't deserve it, okay? Don't go into that sort of zone of, oh my God, I feel really guilty because that person's really upset. They're just jealous that they didn't have that idea. It could be that you work in a design company and suddenly, you or advertising, and you come up with a great idea and it pays off. And you're celebrating. This person's like, ooh, because they've always had the great ideas. But don't buy into that. And if it's you that's feeling jealous, okay, it's just old ego coming up, okay? Do your best to clear it. Just recognise it and it will go, okay? Give it love. Forgive yourself for being like that way. You don't need to be jealous of anybody. You've got what it takes to just keep going forward. Now, Aquarius, I feel like you've got something to say, or someone else has got something to say this week. Getting the sense that it's time to tell people what you're doing, or it's time to get something out there. That's what that card is saying to me today. You may have to speak up more than you normally do. I feel like this is almost like a card of confidence. It's like showing the world who you really are, and not being afraid to. I think you've got support. Okay, this is showing that what's been hard before is not going to be such a hard journey. You've got protection around you, so you don't have to be the only person that protects everything. You might have to make a call or be the person that makes a decision, and it's not really your the thing you want to do. You don't feel comfortable with speaking out or being the first to come forwards. But I feel like if you do, you're going to have the support behind you. You know, maybe somebody's just got to be told something, and or you've got to speak up. You've got to have your voice heard. But I don't think you're going to be on your own. Normally I think you might have felt like, oh, I've got to do this on my own. It could just be your life in general at the moment. But the saying is, be proud of yourself. Show what you've got. Put it out there, because it will pay off. And I think that, again, people will help you along as you go. If you believe in what you do, make yourself known. Don't hide it away. I get the sense it's taken long enough for you to decide what is right for you, and you've had to let go of stuff in your life, and you've had to maybe walk away from some emotional things. Something's had to go in order for you to make room, or for this thing in your life. So make it worth it. It's like sort of really doing something you love, but being afraid to show what you've got because you haven't got the confidence to put it out in case somebody says it's not very good. And that's what I'm feeling this week. It's like you're ready, but you're like, oh, what's anyone going to say about it? I just get a sense that things could move really quickly for you this week. Now, this is obviously the heart card. This is more linked to love, I would feel. But I would feel it is, actually. This could be that you need to tell someone how you feel because something isn't moving forwards fast enough. Maybe you've made changes for them and they're not doing what they should be doing. But I think that it will pay off. It really will. I think things are going to move a lot faster than you realise if you say how you feel. There's so many of us, and so many people that I read for, afraid to actually say how they feel because they're more afraid of what the reaction's going to be. But then why are you holding it in? Because it's going to come out eventually. And if you don't know what they feel, then you're just in limbo. But I think things are going to move fast. Suddenly, you're just going to go pushed out of things, pushed forwards. I am getting calls coming in, information where suddenly, actually, although you thought you were on lockdown, you can actually move forwards with something that was in the pipeline. Somebody wants to move quicker than you realised, okay? And so you thought, so it was 6 months down the line, it's 6 weeks, okay? So be ready for that, all right? It's just a lot of forward energy. It could be somebody turning up on your doorstep saying, oh my God, I've loved you forever, or let's just get on with this thing. Let's just get on with this thing. Okay, so last of all, let's look at Pisces. Pisces, start planting the seeds, stop procrastinating. It's time for a good idea to be put out there as well. Okay, there is preparation still to be done, and I feel like you've got to be quite strong-minded. You're going to have to be tough with yourself, but I think you have got the strength to do it, and you may be questioning, are you mentally strong enough? It could be that you're wanting to start a new business, all right? And this to me is an idea was going to take flight a while back, but you put on the back burner. I don't know why I'm getting it. You had to hold off for it. But now it feels like, it's like you've looked outside and you think, actually, the fields are right. Everything is looking good. The soil's good. I can now plant the seeds, all right? It could be that something's ready now to take to market because he looks like he's taking this to market. All right, but you're going to have to be a strong, you've got to be strong mentally in business, and you've got to get it out there and you've got to push it. All right, so it was fun creating it, and it was great planting and watching it all grow, but now you've got to do something with it. It's like you've created the wine, now we're going to make it work. All right, and this has been going for a while. You've been ready for a while, I sense, because it's like these birds have got wings, they're ready to take off. And I feel you will, it's almost like you're afraid to let it go, because if it goes wrong, it's not going to be yours anymore. Or if you put it out there, someone's going to nick the idea, that's what I'm getting. Or, you're going to lose yourself somehow, and you've got to be really strong, and you're all emotional about this thing. It does feel particularly about a work idea or inspiration that's come in, or something you've been working on. I was talking to somebody a while back, and there is that sense of, I don't want to put it out too soon because it could be, the ideas could get nicked. But the thing is, the moment you put something out there, it's open to other people, and there's probably 20 other people with the same ideas going on at the same time, because we tend to connect on all these different levels. Now, this is showing the present heart, okay? So this is for you, Pisces. This is showing as being the present and being the gift of the present. And just don't overthink things again. Don't start thinking, oh my God, is this going to work out? Is this not going to, hi, Nikki, hi, Julia. This isn't start questioning yourself. Just do what you've got to do. Everything is timed, I feel. Everything is in this 5-year plan that you've had. And now it's time to get the wine harvested and sell it. Go door to door selling. That's the most important thing, okay? The timing is right. That's what I feel. And I think if you're in, you know, relationship, is really, again, get yourself into that present moment and really enjoy what's happening right now. Stop looking 20 years down the line or even a week, you know, just enjoy what you've got. Because the more you worry about, is this the one? Is this the one? Well, to me, that says it's not the one, because if someone was the one, you would be just doing it, wouldn't you? You'd know they were the one, because they'd be perfect. You wouldn't be questioning them. So that's what I've got for today. That's the end of the Psychic Astro Tarot. If you want to check out the video later, then just to go on to the YouTube channel. If you'd like a private reading, blah, 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 just go to www.saraperrypsychic.co.uk, or you can email me at saraperrypsychic@gmail.com. Do check out my website. I am redoing a lot of it and adding artwork and stuff like that, because I'm in between renewing domains and stuff like that, so it's all a bit busy. But if you would like to contact me, you know where to find me. And I will be live next week. Don't know when, because I'm very much in the present. And yippee, we might be able to go out at the end of next week. So I'm planning my venture, possibly on my bike, or just walking, because it'd be good to go out 50 meters further than normal. So please take care of yourselves during this time. I do feel the energy's lifting. I'm sure I mentioned May the 2nd that there was going to be a shift, and it is the day that they maybe let you go out for a walk. But there is also, remember, the 13th, 14th and 17th that I've mentioned dates, which I think things are going to take a turn. I'm not going to say for the worst, because it could be either. But there are changes going on all the time. Just enjoy what you're doing. Make the most of this time, guys, because all too soon you're going to be back in the throng of it, and everything's going to be going on, and life will take over. And all those really, really wonderful moments that you've had with people close to you, or these connections that you started to make, or these new projects you've started, or this wonderful relationship you found with yourself and starting to understand yourself much better, will probably just drift away again. And then this will go down in history and go, oh, remember when? But will you remember? Okay, so make the most of it, guys. Make the most of the people that you love around you, and do something productive, even if that is enjoying the sun and doing a bit of meditation. And I will see you all soon, and bye from Winnie. Say goodbye, folks. Yeah, come on, wake up. It was really fun earlier. Or maybe not so much fun. Okay, so she's saying, oh look, she's having just a little, there you go, little bite with mum. There we go. Okay, you ready for your tea? It's tea time. Okay, say hi, say goodbye. Bye, and we'll see you all soon. See you soon. Bye for now.